It just seems like there's so much bad in the world. All the unhappiness, depression, anxiety, anger, hate. I wish I could do something to make it all better. I guess I wish I could change the world. Ha! Change the world. What could I possibly do to change the world? Come on, I mean, the world is this big and I'm only this big. I'm not anybody. I can't change the world. Besides, ordinary people don't change the world. Great people do. Great people are those who end up with their names in the history books. There aren't very many of those, and I'm sure not one of them. I don't have any power to change the world. What if you heard someone say that? I heard someone say that, or maybe I just made it up for purposes of this talk. But anyway, our friend here, be he real or imagined, has a certainly somewhat dismal attitude, but he is correct on one point. There are very few people who end up with their names in the history books. Those who do, assuming they got there because of positive contributions rather than negative ones, have achieved personal greatness. Motivational speakers talk a lot about achieving personal greatness. You can go hear a motivational speaker on, say, a Saturday night, and the speaker will hype everybody up with talk of achieving greatness, and you'll leave there saying, yeah, that's me. I can do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to claim my greatness. And that attitude, that conviction will last until Sunday evening, Monday morning max, because achieving greatness is certainly no small task. Which do you think would have the greater positive effect on the world? A lot of people trying to achieve greatness, or a lot of people just trying to achieve a small additional measure of goodness? If a lot of people tried to achieve greatness, most of them would fail, I think, because it's very hard to do. But if a lot of people tried to practice just a little more goodness, I think that most of them would succeed, because that's not very hard to do at all. Yeah, there's a lot of bad and a lot of good. At any given moment, there are people thinking and saying and doing good things and bad things. At every moment, there are people helping others and people hurting others, giving to others and stealing from others. At any moment, there is someone risking his or her life, maybe sacrificing their life to save another person's life. And at that very same moment, there is someone committing murder. If we could take every good thing and every bad thing that people do, every thought, word, and action, however wonderful or awful, and somehow attach numeric values to all of them, then average all those numbers, we would come up with something I would call the average level of goodness in the world. We might call it the goodness index. Then if we could only realize that every thought, every word, and every action, however large or small, raises or lowers the goodness index. How much does a simple thought, word, or action change that level? A lot? No, not a lot. Just a little. If you went to the beach and removed a teaspoonful of water from the ocean, would that lower the level of the ocean? Yes, of course it would. A lot? No, not a lot. Just a little. If you squirted an eyedropper full of water into the ocean, would it raise the level of the ocean? Of course it would. Would it raise it a lot? Nope, just a little. One of my favorite authors, Dean Koontz, had some thoughts along these lines. He wrote, "Not one day in anyone's life is an uneventful day. No day without profound meaning. Because in every day of your life there are opportunities to perform little acts of kindness for others. Each smallest act of kindness reverberates across great distances and spans of time, affecting lives unknown to you, because kindness is passed on and grows each time it's passed, until a simple courtesy becomes an act of selfless courage years later and far away. Likewise, each small meanness, each thoughtless expression of hatred, each envious and bitter act, regardless of how petty, can inspire others, and is therefore the seed that ultimately produces evil fruit, poisoning people whom you have never met and never will. All human lives are so profoundly and intricately entwined that the fate of all is the fate of each, and the hope of humanity rests in every heart and every pair of hands. Each of us is a thread critical to the strength, to the very survival of the human tapestry." Every thought, word, and action carries an energy with it that goes on forever and touches everything. Every thought, word, and action raises or lowers the goodness index. How many words have been spoken and written about figuring out our life's purpose? Maybe we each have the same purpose, to raise the goodness index just a little. When we look at the world around us, sometimes it seems like bad might be winning out over good. But bad cannot win, because bad has no power so long as enough people are focused on good. If we think about good and bad in terms of light and darkness, we realize that light is a thing. Light exists. Darkness is not a thing. Darkness is simply the absence of light. Picture two adjoining rooms, both totally sealed with no doors or windows. And one has a light in it, and the other is totally dark. And there is a small, thin crack in the wall between the rooms. Does the darkness go through the crack into the lighted room and make it darker? No, the light goes through the crack into the dark room and makes it brighter. If ever bad seems to be winning, it's not because bad is more powerful or powerful at all. It's just that good maybe isn't trying hard enough. The light isn't everywhere that it needs to be. If the world gets changed for the better, it may be partially because a few great people did a few great things. But I think it's more likely that it will be because a lot of ordinary people each did just a little. We each can change the world. A lot? Well, maybe a lot, but probably just a little. But that might be just enough.
Thanks for watching and or listening, as the case may be. You can reach me if you'd like at tom@tomharris.us or at 877-901-9977. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.